After Bitcoin created this major trap on the market, I need to discuss this exact trap here and how it has always played out historically in the market. So I'm going to be discussing this historical data of this major Bitcoin trap we just created. And of course, I'm going to be talking about the lookout for the upcoming cycle and the performance of Bitcoin, the most important consolidation phases, the most important patterns that are telling us something about what Bitcoin is about to be doing next year. So I'm going to be discussing it in exactly today's update video. I'm going to discuss the flows from the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, the liquidation heat map, and much more important data points. So without any further ado, don't forget to once again slap up that like button back above 1,000 likes. That will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards today's update video. So to kick off the video, yesterday we had a major dump towards the downside, and actually ever since we of course went just below 90,000 US dollars, Bitcoin reverted straight back towards the upside and now is once again trading around 95,000 US dollars again here, which is of course a very great thing to be seeing. Honestly, we just saw a major fake out or slash a liquidity grab, which we have seen in many previous occasions in the market as well here. So basically what we were seeing here is that Bitcoin of course was creating a baseline of support. We just went below it to grab out some liquidity, and if I'm looking at the liquidation heat map, there was a major amount of long liquidations laying around the level. Those are all right now liquidated in the market, and now we're heading higher again here, and around that 96,000 US dollars level is also a big level where over 200 million US dollars worth of Bitcoin short liquidations are currently laying. So basically what we did is first liquidate all the long positions, and now probably we're going to go to 96,000 US dollars to liquidate all those long positions. But like you can see on the market, this exact behavior Bitcoin does quite a lot of times before it really runs higher. You can see it happening over here just moments before this big rally higher. You can see it over here just moments before the big rally higher. And yeah, you can see it basically every single time before we run higher, we first sweep out the liquidity on the lower side. So currently what we're seeing is just clearly a liquidity sweep in the market. And this is just something that happens all the time in Bitcoin. And if I'm also looking at the Bitcoin against dollar pair in the previous bull runs, we have seen back in 2017, the first 13 days here, we saw Bitcoin actually dump quite heavily. The beginning of the year was quite worse, quite bearish, if you could say that. And then in 2021, the beginning of the year, we saw also Bitcoin dump also quite heavily for the first 22 days here. And now we are exactly 14 days in towards 2025, the third cycle basically where this exact same thing is happening. The beginning of the year we're dumping, and honestly in these previous cycles after that we just went on in towards a major rally after that, starting at the midpoint somewhere in January. So if this were to be happening exactly the same again here, we should be getting started any moment right now here with this next rally higher. And if we're really going to compare these previous cycles towards each other, for instance 2014 towards 2018, it really looks alike towards this exact moment of time where we're currently sitting in here. We're just seeing some consolidation, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense that we are going to be topping out right now here. I mean, we can compare these cycles really clearly towards each other, and it does really not make a lot of sense that Bitcoin is going to be topping out here, because first of all, we do know that the Bitcoin bi-cycle top indicator has not flashed yet here, so there's no top confirmation yet. If we're looking at the Bitcoin halving cycle profit indicator, we're not even close to be topping out here. And yes, you can see that we're currently in about 18.55% halving progress, and historically that is also not the point where Bitcoin USD tends to be topping out here. So basically a lot of indicators from previous cycles are currently stating that we're not really topping out yet here, but of course whenever we are, I'm going to be notifying everyone out there in the market. But currently we're creating somewhat of a falling wedge pattern again right now on the Bitcoin 12-hour time frame. We can see that we're also potentially creating a descending triangle. Basically, it doesn't really matter how you draw it, but basically we're creating a new consolidation phase here. The US 500, the S&P 500 is also bouncing ever so slightly back here, but Bitcoin is bouncing definitely way stronger than the S&P 500, and also Bitcoin is exactly bouncing once again from of this major level of previous resistance in the market, and now flipping in towards support again here. So that is ultimately looking super bullish if you would ask me here. Then here also on the Bitcoin daily time frame, we can see that we're creating a symmetrical triangle here, and yeah, really whenever this symmetrical triangle is going to be breaking out here, is going to be the confirmation for me as well here, whether we're going to be seeing the next big move towards either the downside or upside. And like you can see here, we exactly got supported from that upward sloping support line again here today. So things are looking quite great for Bitcoin if you ask me here. Things are looking very strong here. And yeah, here also on the weekly time frame, we're creating this major bull flag pattern here, guys. Every single time once we did carry this consolidation phase, we did went on towards hitting those price targets. And just like the previous time, right, sometimes it does come with some consolidation in the middle. And right now the price target for this bull flag pattern is about $170,000 in price action of Bitcoin right now here. And just like I said earlier, we're just seeing some small consolidation in the market right now here. So ultimately, I think Bitcoin is looking very strong. Yesterday, we did saw some outflows coming in on towards the Bitcoin spot ETF here, but that is very normal because the price came down here. And that is usually whenever the spot Bitcoin ETF is selling, and usually whenever Bitcoin is pumping quite heavily, they're also buying quite heavily. So it's not really a reliable source of data really what to forecast in the upcoming day, because this data is of course always a day behind here. And honestly, guys, if we're going to be just looking at this year in general, 2024, and honestly, if I'm going to be looking back, we right now have this spot Bitcoin ETF actively trading for exactly 1 year right now here, and the cumulative inflows are over $36 billion. It is extremely successful. So yeah, I'm not necessarily very bearish or surprised for what we're currently seeing here, and I'm very excited for what is about to come next in the upcoming period in the market as well here. So honestly, what I was stating earlier about the correction in the beginning of 2021, I mean, last year in the previous cycle, 2021, so just like I was stating earlier in the video, 2021 started also with a drop-off, but what happened in 2021, starting January 14th, and in total, we got a 30% correction in January 14th. So yeah, really, if that were to be happening, Bitcoin would to come down towards $77,000, which would be quite bad if you ask me here, but that is always a possibility to play out here. Honestly, if you're going to compare also previous year, we've seen many of these fake outs outside of the consolidation phase where everyone thought, okay, now we're breaking down here. But actually, that was the point where we were going higher. Just like I stated earlier, these liquidity grabs are very normal to be happening. And yeah, this was January 2024. Like you can see over here, right? We saw this fake out on the lower side. And if you bought there, you basically got that entire move towards the upside. But if you sold there, you missed that entire rally. And we're right now seeing something similar with this wick on the lower side right now here. And guys, if you want to be trading yourself here, there's right now a major opportunity to trade here on Blofin, because if you right now sign up an account using that link below, guys, first of all, make sure to check it out if it's available in your region. But if it is, you can get an insane $100,000 deposit bonus right now here. If you right now use the highest link description of today's video to get an account, you can get that insane deposit bonus. But guys, make sure to check it out if it is available in your region first. But anyways, Blofin allows you to trade Bitcoin, many other altcoins with leverage. So yeah, if you can spot these trends here and spot these good entries, you can make a lot of money. Personally, I have positioned myself in many great altcoin trades here with low amounts of leverage, so I can basically benefit heavily from that upcoming potential altcoin season, which I really think is going to be happening. Because honestly, if I'm looking at the entire altcoin market right now here, it hasn't popped yet here, and I am very much convinced this is about to be happening. I mean, just look at the total crypto market cap. Guys, we're breaking above the all-time high, seeing a bullish retest right now here. And honestly, I don't necessarily think it's going to go to $18 trillion in market cap. But even if it goes 2x from here on, some altcoins could heavily benefit from this. And if you have a position with 4 or 5x leverage, which I personally have, you could make some crazy gains from that here. So Ethereum also exactly bounced from the downward sloping resistance line. And you can see basically that we're creating this symmetrical triangle, which we're ultimately retesting right now here. And I'm very excited for that. And honestly, Ethereum is going to be the leader in terms of the altcoin market, most likely. And yeah, it is looking very strong right now here. So I'm excited for that. So this was it for me in today's update video, guys. If you're interested in trading, check it out, the link description of today's video. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys back again on tomorrow's update video. Peace out. Goodbye.